Well, it's April 20th. That's day 51. Pink Hot Dog got a pretty good night's sleep last night. And Pink Hot Dog's ankle feels a lot better today. So, pretty happy. A couple of Nobos wanted to camp here last night, but the water source is like way down the mountain and there's no marked trail to it. They tried to find it, but they couldn't. So they went up to the shelter. So I had this place all to myself, which was the plan in the first place. So no problems, no worries. I feel better today. Yesterday, after that 23-mile day, I was whipped. I'm telling you, whipped. So today I feel a lot better. I got up a little later today too, so it's almost light out already. It's about 6:30, so I don't really have any major objectives today other than I'm just going to try and get as close to hot springs as I can so that I can get in there early tomorrow and just relax and then get ready to head on out and move on down the road. So let's go get some thru hikers today, put some thru hikers on the stringer, and have fun and enjoy ourselves, and I'll show you what I see. So y'all take care, hang on tight, and I'll be back in a little bit. All right, bye-bye. Oh, and good morning, Mushroom. All right, guys, we'll be back in a little bit. Getting close, y'all. Just have like 0.2 to get up on that ridge, and I'm gonna give you the money shot of the day right now. Darn trees are in the way, y'all. Beautiful though. What a nice little money shot in the morning. This little section is really rocky. It's reminiscent of New Hampshire and Maine. And let me tell you, I feel like a real professional climbing up these rocks. I'm just jumping from one rock to another like a little hiker ninja. That is really pretty. I wish those trees weren't there. But we'll take what we get, right? Very nice. There you are. The sunrise just above the mountains. Holy kermoly. Woo. It's pretty up here, y'all. Very pretty. I know I said that already, but it bears repeating. Nice one. This is Howard Wolowitz's rock. And it's a nice rock because look at that. That is beautiful. That valley right there, that's Tennessee, in case y'all were wondering. And this is gonna be a 360 money shot right now. We're gonna turn you all the way around. Rock and roll, got that sunrise coming. You got Big Bald right in front of you there. Right there, that's the Big Bald right there. Pink Hot Dog had to climb above all those humpy bumpies right there to get over here yesterday. It was quite an arduous task. Man, sure is pretty. I don't think I'm gonna see any Nobos for a while because the next shelter is like 10 or 15 miles away. And ain't nobody camping up on this ridge. We'll see. Alrighty. That is a spectacular way to start the day, if you ask me. Look how green it is down there in that little valley. Nice. All right, y'all, let's get to hiking. Rock and roll. Another money shot here on White Rock Cliff. Excuse me. Beautiful. Now we're gonna kind of zip around the other side of this mountain and go around the backside. So when we get over there, there'll be a nice little through the trees money shot, I hope, of these cliffs. There's a cell phone tower over there. I just love these early morning views where the sun is just not quite up in the sky high enough and it just casts the shadows on the mountains. It's just beautiful. Lovely. There they are right over there. White Top Cliffs. That's where I was just a minute ago. Whew. All right. It's time to go downtown for almost 7 miles. Finally catching a little break here and just have a nice little hike. I go all the way down to Allen Gap, but when I get down to Allen Gap, it's straight back up. And I mean straight. Those are some pretty severe climbs I got to do. It's like 3 or 4 of them to get finally to the top, where you kind of start meandering your way back down to Hot Springs again. So yeah, that's what's in front of me. So, some news from the thru hiker realm. Number 1 is that the Ultra Lone Peak remains the most popular shoe of the no-bow thru hikers this year. There's a lot of shoes out here, but the Lone Peak definitely is the star of the show. There's a lot of knee braces and a lot of KT tape out here right now. You see it everywhere. And I remember that last year too. Even Mushroom was using knee braces early in the hike. But after we got up north, it seemed like most of that stuff disappeared. And I guess either people succumbed to those chronic issues, or those issues got resolved with some injections in the knees, or they just resolve on their own. As you continue to hike, putting on 100 miles after 100 miles, those tissues around your knees and your ankles and places like that, especially, those are probably the ones hardest hit that end up resolving on their own, because those tissues just strengthen over time. And then a little from the front of demographics. Demographics here, I believe, are overwhelmingly sided towards 20-somethings, mostly young 20-somethings. They're probably getting out of college or taking a break or just out of high school or something like that. And then the other side of the coin is the over 50 crowd. Lots of men, especially men, who have retired and have come out here to tackle this. They've probably been thinking about this for a long time while they've been working, kind of like me, and have done a lot of research and are ready to go and tackle this trail as part of their kickoff to retirement. And then the ladies, your 50-year-old ladies, 50 and over ladies, generally oftentimes are hiking with husbands. I do see some that are hiking by themselves or maybe hiking with a group, but you oftentimes will see them hiking with husbands. And it's harder to tell, sometimes where the 30s and 40s are, because sometimes the people in their 40s look like they're in their 50s, and sometimes the people in their 30s look like they're in their 20s. But they're represented too. It's just overwhelmingly those two demographic groups out here that are on the trail. I suspect a lot of military veterans who retire from the military in their 30s or 40s before they start a civilian life or civilian job might come out here. Then you kind of have your professional hikers like Hawk. He's got a little alternative lifestyle where he makes all of his money in the off season and then hikes during the summer, which, that's definitely a way to go. But as you know, most 30 and 40-year-olds, they probably got families, they got little kids, and spouses are not going to be happy about taking time off of work, leaving the family life, which is really busy and difficult sometimes. So you have a little less of a chance to get out in that realm. I did meet that guy named Laptop way back in Bland over at the Brushy Mountain Outpost. He was in his 50s, but you see a lot of people doing these remote jobs now. And if you don't have to work 8 hours or 10 hours a day, maybe you don't have to work like 10 to 20 hours a week, then, man, you just bring a laptop with you, get to a hostel or a hotel every once in a while, and then work for a couple of days, and then go back hiking again. I mean, I think that's definitely on the list. So, yeah, a little bit of news about the no-bow hikers out here. I passed Trail Marshal just a minute ago. Well, not a minute ago, maybe half an hour ago. He was camped. He must have snuck by me when I was sleeping late in the afternoon. He's a sunset chaser. So I bet you he went up there on that ridge to get a sunset. I'm gonna guess, because he was camping just off that ridge on the other side. It's kind of funny. We talked for a little while yesterday when we met, and we kind of are exactly the opposite in our hiking styles. He seems like he's a late morning riser and walks into the night. He chases sunsets. I chase sunrises. He said he takes a lot of breaks during the day. I don't take a lot of breaks. I just stop and talk to people, and those are my breaks. And he says he takes a lot of zeros. And as of yet, other than my injury off days, I haven't taken a single zero on this hike. And I really don't intend to until I'm done. So that's a contrast in hiking styles, let's just say. I suspect he'll probably catch up to me again today. All right, back to hiking. Just a long, chill downhill all the way to Allen Gap before the real work of the day begins. I'm going to enjoy it. And by the way, we're up to 11 through hikers right now. So that's where we're at. I forgot there was a shelter just over the bump here, maybe just about a mile and a half away. So I'm seeing those hikers coming out of that shelter. All right, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys in a little bit. All righty, y'all. We got the scoop on these May apples now. Someone commented in comments of the video I did asking the question about these double-stemmed ones. So apparently the double-stemmed ones are the only ones that produce May apples. All the single-stem ones probably just collect sunlight through photosynthesis, store it, and then depending upon how successful they are, you might get more double-stemmed. And some of these little groves, or whatever you call them, I only see 1 or 2 double-stemmed May apples producing. And in others, like this one, there's quite a few in there as well. So that's pretty interesting. Here's another one right here that got bound up by a leaf. I released it. I'm a friend of the May apple, and I didn't kill any going in either. So, and the other neat thing I just learned too is that the May apples kind of spread like this by rhizomes, those roots that spread underground. Stuff like bamboo, running bamboo, or creeping grass is kind of is rhizome based as well. And so that's why you see the big patches of them. It's all a big clonal colony of them. They're just all from the same root as it spreads across. So yeah, pretty cool. And I guess later in the summer, those May apples will ripen and they turn yellow, and I guess you can eat them. So I'm afraid I'm probably not gonna be down here for that. Although if I have to come back in August to finish up this southern section, then I very well may be able to find some May apples, and maybe I'll try one if I see one that's ripe and ready to go. Okay, still climbing down the mountain. So word on the trail is that there's a southern cookie lady now. There's a cookie lady famous up in Massachusetts. But right here at this cabin, this is a new cookie lady. I've saw this cabin like twice now because I've hiked this section twice. And I thought this was a really pretty little place. So I get to see it up close today. Pretty neat. Alrighty. There's three hikers right there. That makes number 30. Oh, they even got a nice little cabin back there at the back too. Oh, wow. So that was a very nice little visit. That's a well-built cabin there. I mean, that thing is just solid as a rock. They've owned it for about 8 years, and then they've been renovating. And just 2 years ago, they moved in for good. She found a couple of morel mushrooms, and I was talking to her about those morels. And that was that was pretty cool as well. We had a little nice chat about morels. Good cookies, great place to go. Go get yourself something to eat and drink, and you can throw your trash away too. I had a whole bunch of trash I threw away. Nice little place. I'm really happy that it's here, and I'm really happy that she is offering it up to people when they walk by. Pretty cool. All right, guys, I'll be back with you in a little bit. Another mushroom and pink hot dog campsite. I believe we put our tent right there last year. First day out of Hot Springs. This is where we stayed. I'm climbing again. These climbs from Allen Gap are steep. Pennsylvania climbs is what we'll call them. Pennsylvania like to get you right up on that ridge as fast as it could. All right, I'm gonna get up here, keep climbing, and if I see something cool, I'll show you. I'll be right back. See the turkey walking right up the trail? You see it? It's right up there. She's walking right up the trail. Well, folks, getting close to the end of the day. I made it to the top of that mountain with the fire tower, but I didn't go up to the fire tower. Number one, I was just so tired. I didn't want to climb up there to see what I saw last year. And number two, apparently a lady from New Zealand came down and talked to me for a while. She said there's about 15 kids up there. So I chose to not go up there. And now I'm just kind of starting this climb down. And right now I'm just looking for a campsite. I passed a couple up, but they were not to my liking. So I'm just going to keep on walking. This little injury that I've sustained, and I'm not going to call it my ankle. It's above my ankle. It's on those soft tissue structures that kind of feed down on the top of your foot into your toes, and I believe they're extensor muscles. And while it started off pretty nice today, about noon, these things were barking at me pretty hard. So we're gonna have to find out how this is gonna go tomorrow. Gonna ice this down when I get to town. And speaking of braces and compression sleeves, I'm probably gonna see if I can find one of them to at least apply some compression at night. So it's not something that I can't hike with, but like right now it hurts going down. It doesn't really hurt that bad going up. And as long as I'm walking flat, I'm pretty comfortable too. But when I'm going down, it hurts. So I'll have to figure that out. And see what comes. Alrighty. Nice little through the trees money shot right there while I'm talking to y'all. Beautiful. The trees are all coming in. Pretty nice. All right, so I'll get you a wrap up when I get down to someplace reasonable to camp at. Let's see if I can find something before I get to Hot Springs, though. All right, y'all. I'll be back. Hey, everybody. Let's wrap it up. It's day 51. And another really, really tough day. I mean, it started off really nice. Those sunrise shots were just epic, and just that ridge line, I've always loved that ridge line. That is just a really neat viewpoint. But really, just a lot more climbing, a lot more steep downhills. I mean, it's just up, down, up, down, up, down, and it's hard. I ended up walking 3 more miles than I really planned. I got water up just after the summit where that fire tower is, and then I'm just gonna walk until I find a campsite. I saw a couple, but they didn't have any logs to sit on or nothing. I said, well, I'll just go on down here. I'm sure there's more, but there really wasn't any more until like 3 miles later, and here I sit. I do have a little log to sit on, and I've got a pretty flat spot. And the good news is I'm only 4.3 miles away from Hot Springs, so tomorrow I'm gonna get up probably around 7:30 and start hiking at 8 and get to the outfitter right when they open, get my food, go to the Smoky Mountain Diner. I'm gonna get my breakfast, and then I'm gonna check into my room and just rest and relax. I got trail magic twice today. The Southern Cookie Lady who was a very nice lady. She had a couple of morel mushrooms, and we talked about those morel mushrooms for probably half an hour. They've got a really neat cabin back there, and I've seen it now, I think, twice or 3 times, but I looked down there and I go, that is a really nice cabin. And I got a really close-up look at it today, and it was just beautiful. And then just not even more than a mile or a mile and a half later, down at Allen Gap, there was a man just hanging out, waiting for his wife. She's through hiking, and she was doing a southbound slack pack, and he was just waiting for her, and so he was handing out trail magic down there. So I got a nice soda and a banana. So it was good, you know, trail magic day for sure. My little injury is still there, and I'll tell you, by the end of the day, it was really barking at me pretty hard. So when I get to Hot Springs, I think we're going to be doing some icing and just talking about knee support and ankle support and braces and stuff like that. I think I'm going to try and get a compression sleeve to see if I can calm this thing down. Because, I mean, still, you know, 21.3 miles today is a long ways. And it doesn't really hurt going on the uphill. It doesn't really hurt on the flat, but it does hurt going down. And so it does hamper me, and it's always there, and I'm always thinking about it. So I'm going to try and see if I can't make a more restful day tomorrow. Just try and see if it'll calm down, but it might cause a little drama for this hike. I'm not sure what's gonna transpire as far as this goes. That alarm button did not go off. All right, well, I'm gonna eat my dinner now and get in bed and get up tomorrow. I'm not gonna get up in the early morning tomorrow. I'm gonna sleep in a little bit and then get down to Hot Springs. So thanks a lot for watching. Y'all take care, and good night, Mushroom. Bye-bye.